What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. The woman that's here on the screen, her name is Royce Reed. She is the baby mother of Dwight Howard's son. And she has gotten herself in a very bad situation because apparently her mugshot leaked and her her paperwork also was put out there, where at the time when I first saw it, there wasn't a lot of information, just that it was child neglect. And I found the irony in that because she had accused Dwight Howard of basically the same thing. Almost a year and a half ago? She was parading her now weirdo son around in the public eye to berate him, Dwight Howard, and talk about how bad of a father he is. Only for her to be exposed for not being a very good parent herself. Because she's charged with, I believe, third-degree neglect for what her son did to someone else's son. So much so her son can't even be around other children without supervision, or children who are younger than him or weaker than him. And apparently he has these situations where if he gets angry, he acts out in a physical manner. He likes, I want to be as PG as possible. When he gets angry, he acts out in a physically aggressive way. And I mean I think y'all know what I'm speaking about. You probably are. I'll put the link in the description box to the information. Y'all can go and view the paperwork that has come out about what her son has done. And we'll leave it at that. But my main thing about doing this video is to speak on Royce and how she tried to parade Dwight Howard out here as if he was the bad guy. But no, the whole time the villain was Royce. You see, Royce was the villain the entire time. Say what you want about Dwight Howard. Has Dwight Howard been accused of any inappropriate behavior? Like, has he been in a situation where children under his care have done stuff that her son and that son together has been accused of doing? See, this is why you don't get to berate, disrespect, and try to destroy the reputations of someone without there being some sort of karma. Okay? And I want people to understand something. You as a mother, if you know something is wrong, you need to make sure that it doesn't get bad and worse. And it seemed like it did, because apparently the child that was harmed by Royce and Dwight Howard's son, who's under her care, was her boyfriend's son. And again, I don't know what's going on in the household. You see her social media, all she does is TikTok videos. You would think that nothing is going wrong in there. But if you know that this young man has a problem, you need to work on fixing it. But she didn't work on fixing it, did she? She gets on social media and tries to act like nothing is going on. She wasn't arrested. It's all about her, right? She wasn't arrested. She's not in trouble, but your mugshot is viral. We are looking at the paperwork, and I'm gonna link you to the Twitter thread. You have got to read that paperwork. But let's get into this. And again, this is what she had to say about Dwight Howard, about how he was neglecting his responsibilities as a father, only for her to get exposed horribly as being incompetent as a mother. Another blow up for Basketball Wives star Royce Reed. According to documents obtained by Radar, the star has turned herself into police and was charged with neglect, which is a third-degree felony, on Thursday, March 10th in Orange County, Florida. The case involves her 14-year-old son, Braylon, whom she shares with athlete Dwight Howard. According to the documents, police state Braylon is working on issues with professionals due to his past incidents. Braylon was supposed to follow certain rules set up by a judge. Specifically, he was not allowed to hang out with kids 2 years younger than him without an adult. Braylon is accused of breaking rules and Royce is being blamed. Royce appears to have cooperated fully with investigators, as did her boyfriend. Braylon was interviewed by police about the accusations. During the chat, he was asked the last time he saw Howard. The report states Braylon said the last time was when he was in town for a basketball game, which was a while ago. He said the last time he was at Howard's home was sometime during 2020 quarantine. Braylon claimed he had been in contact with his father, but they have not yet spoken since they got into an argument. Royce Reed has no comments on the criminal charges. All she has on her social media is talk to her lawyer. Reed and Howard have been in and out of court over the years as they have fought over child support and custody. In 2014, TMZ reported that Reed went to child services in Orlando, Florida to complain about the basketball star had whipped their son Braylon with a belt, leaving him bruises on his leg. At the time, Howard confessed he did whip his son, but he didn't think there was anything wrong with it since that is the way he was disciplined as a kid. The case was dropped and Howard was never charged with a crime. It reminds me of the Adrian Peterson, of NFL player Adrian Peterson. He was accused of abuse. The way he had beaten his younger son, and he basically said that's how he was raised. And not to say that it's right, but I mean I think Dwight Howard didn't know his own strength. He's a strong man, and if you're beating your son, man, even though you shouldn't have to do that, it just seems like Braylon has not had the easiest of upbringings, and I'm not making excuses for him, but look, his father's Dwight Howard. Okay, he barely sees him. Last time he was really in his particular care, his father is going to court over beating him with a belt, and he has a mother that cares about TikTok and social media, and he's left pretty much probably to his own devices. This is why you have to be able to monitor your children, and you have to be able to see what is going on out here, because if you feel like there's a problem, you have to address it. I'm not saying that she hasn't, but this is not a good look for Royce, because again, Royce made it seem like it's all Dwight that was the problem. Dwight was not being a father. Dwight was not in his son's life. Dwight should have done more. But this happened under your care. This happened under your watch. Two different incidents that occurred, and it's triggered by Braylon getting angry. And the things that I read, y'all would have to go read that to really get the gist of it and really see what's going on. This happened on her watch. Howard also filed legal documents as he wanted full custody of his son. He claimed that Reed is an unfit mother. This was back when they were fighting over custody when he said that. So obviously he felt that she was unfit. And now, years later, he might have been right. It's no coincidence that these false allegations were leaked on the heels of Dwight filing for major custody of his son. Howard's rep said at the time, "It's troubling to see a mother use her son as a pawn against his father, and that Dwight will do whatever is necessary to protect the child's welfare and best interests." The case eventually was closed after authorities found no substantiated findings of physical injuries. However, Reed was less than happy with the outcome, writing, "The case is not closed and he was not cleared. The investigation is still open," as he refused to speak to the police. So whoever these reps are that are trying to slander me, just know the gloves are off and I'm not the one to play with when it comes to my son. That is all. Well, we know that you're not the one to play with because your son is out playing a little bit too much, and he is causing mental duress towards other people. And all this is just blowing up in her face. And that's why, once again, you have to really not take sides in these child support custody situations. People be so quick to side with the women, thinking that the women do nothing wrong. What's happening now with Royce happened on her watch, and she refuses to take accountability for it. Refuses. And she is dead set on going to war with Dwight Howard over her son. What happens when your son turns 18 and does worse? Because then it ain't Dwight Howard you're gonna have to worry about. As a matter of fact, he probably would be better off around his dad than with her and whatever young people are around. Because again, a lot of this stuff that goes on always seems to happen in the single mother's home. Even though she's not single, but she's raising her son herself. And these sort of incidents always occurs when these women are raising these children. In this situation, her son is out here doing things that he shouldn't be doing. And I don't believe that Dwight Howard was trying to cause injury to Braylon, because Braylon wanted to be around Dwight. That's why he went public and what he had to say about Dwight, with your backing, of course. So who is Royce going to blame this time? You look on her social media. She puts out this to her Instagram. Of course, she turned the comments off because they were going in on her, telling people they need to go and talk to her attorney. Talk to your attorney about what? About what your son did? Your son needs to be locked up in some type of facility, and so he can get the help that he truly needs before he goes out there and does worse. If anger triggers him to do harm to other people, he don't need to be around other people. He needs to be around people that can help him around the clock, because something is going on there. Something is seriously going on with that young man, and it needs to be addressed. It really does. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see y'all on the next one.